Alright, so I know I haven't really been around for a while on YouTube. I've been busy. I promise at some point I will get back to consistently making videos. But I had to come back for a few minutes to talk about this because this article, whilst it appeared funny to most people on Twitter and my friends were laughing at it, it actually like exposes a bigger problem with video game journalists and what their agenda is. So as you can see, the title is "Who Forgot to Invite Chun-Li to the Mortal Kombat?" Now this is written by a website that I believe is owned by Kotaku, so really there's no surprises in the stupidity that you'll find in this article. I'm not going to read through the whole thing, a lot of it is just useless dribble. It's not a very long article, but the one thing that I wanted to point out here is that she said, "Being the astute film critic that I am, I immediately clocked a glaring error in the film," right? So she's saying that she's some big boy film critic and she clocked something that was wrong with the film. Okay, fair enough. What did you clock was wrong with the film? Where in all the realms is Chun-Li? Where in all the realms is Chun-Li? I really want to focus on that line because that line is a lot more messed up than you think. It might appear funny at first. It obviously exposes the fact that these people don't play these video games that people love. They just want to find the most popular, trendy thing at the time and shit on it. They're activists that, you know, they don't really have a goal in mind. It is sort of just to just crap on everything. More spews for more views, as Greg Doucette says. But that line in general, it really does expose everything, because what she did is she probably went to Wikipedia. She probably saw that the word realms pops up a lot in Mortal Kombat. That's something that you associate with Mortal Kombat. And she wrote that line to give the illusion that she knows what she's talking about. The reality is that 2 words later she exposes that she doesn't know anything about Mortal Kombat. Not a single thing. There's a lot that annoys me with that line. The realm part is really what irritated me the most, but outside of that, what she's clearly doing is she's trying to make this a feminist thing again. She's trying to make it this whole oh, you know, we're excluding women here, when actually if she paid attention to the trailer, the person that was missing was Johnny Cage, not Chun-Li. I don't know if she knows by now. I would imagine that she does. Actually, I think she does know now by now after what Twitter put her through, that Chun-Li is in fact not in the Mortal Kombat universe. But as I said at the beginning of this video, this article exposes these video game journalists. They don't actually know anything about these games that they crap all over. They just see something popular and they see something trendy. They want to force their woke agenda into it. And it is so arse backwards and it's counterproductive. There are, of course, issues that need to be addressed with people of color and women and, I don't know, genders and whatever you want to talk about. There are issues out there, but these people delegitimize all of that and make no mistake about it. This was 100% done intentionally. This wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a joke. This person does not know jack squat about Mortal Kombat. Probably has never played the game. If they did, there's no way they could make a gaffe like that. It's just not possible. Not possible. They went onto Wikipedia. They looked up Chun-Li. They looked up Mortal Kombat. They're like, oh, they didn't put 2 and 2 together. They didn't realize Chun-Li's in not in Mortal Kombat. And they wrote this stupid article. And I think I was told by someone that Kotaku owns this website. I'm really not surprised. But then they get called out for their idiocy. They get called out for the absolute ridiculous article they wrote. And they backpedaled. They tried to make out as if what they did was a joke. And the part that I really want to get to down here is that someone tried to come to their defense. Let's get to it. Let's get to the person that tried to come to their defense. Heather Alexandra. The messed up thing with some gamers who still want to do the whole my hobby is my castle thing is that they don't realize that most of the shit they get precious about has been around for 40 years and isn't obscure. I don't know what the hell they're talking about there. The fact of the matter is that this imbecile, wait, let's just find out her name real quick, I forgot it. Shannon Malero. This Shannon Malero tried to gaslight, and so is this person. And then they go on to write, the reason that so many gamers are taking the bait is because they want to feel like goddamn culture warriors. Chun-Li's been around for almost 30 years, you dopes. My 60-year-old father knows who he is, come on. That is the whole point. The character's been around for ages. She's from an established franchise that I would think every gamer knows by now. But even if you don't, that's fine. If you don't know where Chun-Li is from, don't write an article trying to gaslight the situation. There is a lot of culture war bullshit going on right now. There has been for quite a while. And this person was clearly trying to capitalize on that. It is, you know, it's bad when Harada is commenting on it, basically cussing out this person. It is just dumb. This whole situation is dumb. This person goes on to say that we took the bait. We took the bait because you somehow think that games culture is arcane when it's more democratized than ever. This is what I mean. Like it is so hard to talk to these people, these blue check marks. It is so difficult to try. Like, they should have just owned it. They should have, you know what? I put my hands up. I did something stupid. I tried to gaslight a situation. I tried to capitalize on the right left conversation right now, because that's exactly what it was. They didn't know what they were talking about. And like I said at the beginning of this video, these video game journalists are not interested in having fun and enjoying the game for what it is. All they want to do is they want to get a game or get a video game movie or get a comic or whatever it is. They want to take something from that comic, from that video game, from that movie, and they just want to shit all over it. They don't want to look at the point of what it is. They just want to say, oh, there's not enough women here. There's not enough people of color over there. There's not enough trans representation. There's not enough gay people. Forget about the context of the story. That's exactly what this person tried to do. That is exactly what they tried to do. They tried to make out like Warner Brothers or HBO or whatever left out one of the most famous female video game characters, except she's not from that game, because they didn't bother to do their research. And you really shouldn't have to do research on Chun-Li to know where she's from if you play video games. Which, you know, I've said for a long time, a lot of these video game journalists, they probably don't even play these games. I mean, some of them even come out with reviews. I remember there was a review on, I think it was Cyberpunk. Now, granted, Cyberpunk did turn out to be garbage, but you have to play it to call it garbage. At the very least, you have to play it to call it garbage from a gameplay perspective. You can watch the story on YouTube and not like it, but from a gameplay perspective, you have to play something, right? This person didn't play it, and they critiqued the whole game. I can't critique the whole game. I couldn't stomach getting through halfway through it. I found it to be a bit boring. But she went on like she had played the game from start to end, and she knew exactly what she was talking about. And that is my point. These people don't play these games that they hate so much. There's been so many articles or even people that I speak to, and they don't like something that they haven't even bothered to touch because they're too interested in playing for a team. They're not interested in the context of the game or anything around it. They are interested in representing their team, right or left, whichever side you're on. That is what they're interested in. There's no nuance whatsoever with these people. And this article exposes, I know it's just one person that wrote it, but then you've got this person jump into their aid for reasons I can't understand. Like they messed up. This wasn't a joke. They messed up on purpose. And this is going to continue to happen. And I would say to my fellow gamers, be vigilant when you see these things. Don't get sucked into this moronic behavior, because there are going to be plenty of hit pieces that come out. There'll probably be a hit piece that comes out in the Mortal Kombat film after it comes out, complaining that there wasn't enough trans representation or female representation or whatever. In the time that I've had off from YouTube, I've read so many dumb articles from these wannabe journalists that I'm actually just drawing blanks at this point. There are so many of these articles. It's insane. They just keep churning them out. I mean, most of the stuff that's been online recently has been about Gina Carano, but outside of that, there's been so much nonsense. And my point of this video is, do not get sucked into these woke, think they know it all people that don't bother playing the games that you like and the games that you've grown up with. This person clearly has not played Mortal Kombat and clearly has not played Street Fighter. And I would wager that they probably don't know anything about fighting games. Probably don't know anything about video games at all. They are just there to waste your time.